Hello, welcome back to the Dropkicks Sport podcast. I've just gotten back from Vegas. I'm pretty hungover at the moment.
Yeah, you're looking a bit like one of the men from The Hangover.
Which one? Phil?
Who's the one with no teeth?
No, come on, I'm Bradley Cooper all the way, baby.
Yeah, well, you do look like less like the semen of Bradley Cooper. So you look like a lesser man. Probably 65% of Bradley Cooper is what you look like now.
Wow.
Because I still want to give you a compliment.
Okay.
You have this big fucking head the whole episode, and you'll be... Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now that people can see your eyes and know that Bradley Cooper comparison is not accurate.
Oh, wow.
So back from Vegas,
No,
baby.
we're back from Vegas, baby.
Back from Vegas.
Yeah, how was your trip, Dylan?
Oh, the ride over was great. The ride back was rocky. There was a lot of tears and emotions.
There were moments where I was just like kind of imagining myself on that Dreamline jet with all the roosters and just
punching on
and kicking on.
Yeah, come here, Spencer.
There wasn't actually... We kind of said there would kind of be a bit of stuff in the media. Absolute crickets, though. No drama at all.
What do you mean no drama?
Like, there was no, like scandals.
There was scandals.
What was the scandal? Oh, with,
Spencer Leniu.
Yeah, Spencer Leniu.
Is,
and Ezra Mam.
His racial slur towards our boy Ezra Mam.
Yeah.
And then, obviously their hotel rooms were next to each other.
Oh, I didn't know
so
that.
the next morning, Spencer Leniu and Katoni Staggs are having words in the corridor. And then out of the team meeting comes Paddy Carrigan, and they're having more words. And then the the Roosters media manager has to drag Leniu out, and they're all kind of having a bit of a shouting match at each other.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so there was a bit of it.
There was a bit of spice, and
but not like what we were hoping for, kind of thing.
Yeah, and they were on the same plane flight home and everything as well.
So wait, they didn't get the Dreamline back, the Roosters?
Nah, they were all.
I thought they were going straight from. They weren't going straight from LA to...
No. Qantas.
Qantas, baby.
We're all on Qantas, baby.
All on Jetstar.
Jetstar.
Virgin Australia.
Tiger Air.
Anyway, what did you think of Vegas all around? Did you think it was a success? Did you like it? What were your thoughts, opinions, Dylan?
Yeah, we'll call it a success.
Okay. You sound like it's like that's a begrudging success.
No, as me and Peter Volandis, we've called it a success.
Okay.
The business team of the NRL.
That's good.
Look, the first game, would you want to just go game by game analysis?
Yeah, like just some, like what were some standout players? We'll go to the Manly versus Rabbitohs game first.
Well,
who were some kind of standout players for you that you kind of looking to have your eyes on this season?
Oh, Lachlan Croker.
Croker.
He was just my standout in Vegas because one of the things in the first half, he gets in his head in the wrong place, starts pissing out blood, and then they come out and they do the big NRL tape. I know that in the media in America, they're all like, what are these blokes doing? He's bleeding out of his head. Oh my gosh, another guy's bleeding now. It's like, yeah, you don't get that in the
old NFL.
In the NFL, mate. It's more like the UFC out there for the fucking NRL. And as soon as I was watching that moment, I was like, hell yeah. The American crowd is going to eat this shit alive.
Yeah.
And just get the old Band-Aid on and get back out there.
Sorry to be jumping you around a bit like this.
No, jump me around.
For Vegas, who was your MVP?
MVP for Vegas.
I know, tough question. I didn't really give you a lot of heads up, but who's your most valued player?
I don't know.
I think I got a somewhat of an idea.
No, everyone can talk about Tommy Turbo had a great game.
Yeah.
Trell, even though they lost, he had a good game. Teddy was nice. Like, all the fullbacks kind of stood up. Even Reece was involved.
Yeah.
But Victor Radley dominated the Broncos.
Okay.
There was that play when Payne Haas is trying to get the ball out of our 10-meter line, and he's kind of running sideways a bit, and Victor just picks him up and almost drags him in goal. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Payne Haas is obviously a big guy getting dominated by Victor Radley, and he kind of dominated the game. So give him the old drop kick tick of approval for that game. Yeah.
No, is he going straight in the team then, or...
Oh, he scored well. Didn't he get about 78 points?
I don't know.
I think that's pretty good, but...
This is your section of the day, buddy.
He's not very SuperCoach relevant, and he loves a suspension. Oh, my God. He loves to go headhunting, so I don't know if you can have him in your team, but remarkable performance in the NRL. Victor Radley. Do you got one?
I think mine might have to go... Maybe I'm a bit biased,
Burbo.
Might have to go, Ben Turbo.
Oh no.
Ben Trebojevic.
Oh, we've annihilated. We've associated who your hop good for the season is.
I
Because
think
last
it might
season,
be Burbo. It's looking like it so far. I was very happy when he scored.
yeah,
I did have a couple of bets on that's kind of left me a bit salty at the end of the day.
was you high and dry?
Yeah. What happened was I was watching I did a bet on the
Roosters game.
Manly Rabbitohs game.
Yeah, Manly Rabbitohs.
Yeah, and then I looked like I wasn't really gonna win that, so I was like,
Moved on.
I was like, fuck, okay. I'd like better try and like figure out how to get my money back. So then I doubled down on the Broncos. So I was like, I already got a bet on like Reese and Piakura to do well. I'll do another bet on like Broncos to win, Reese to score because he's definitely gonna score. And then they showed up and they just weren't there.
Nah, I think their the forward pack got dominated. Like, I remember watching the game and didn't really hear that Payne Haas's name get announced in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Paddy Carrigan was quiet. No one really else stood up in the forward pack, and they were just getting dominated by the Roosters and never really got in the game.
Yeah.
Broncos kept trying to go around them, and just the smaller field wasn't happening. And if you haven't done your work in the middle, you don't have any right to go around, and they just didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It was sad to see Piakura with the HIA.
Early on too.
I don't think it's worth. Do you think it's worth a trade out?
Nah,
he's going to be back in round 2.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, you may as well save a trade.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
don't panic yet. You brought him in for a reason.
Trades are an asset.
Yep.
You like at the start of the season, you see your 40-something trades. You're like, you beauty. Let's go to the fence. Let's go home. Let's fix our team. Let's do everything we need to do. And then the last 5 weeks, you're like,
what do I do?
Yeah, what is going on? Where do I get these magical trades from? So just think about that now.
To go back to it though, Burbo did very well. I'm very biased, but I would still have to. I don't think Burbo wouldn't have scored that try if it wasn't for Turbo.
Wasn't for Brother Tom.
Brother Tom. So I do think the MVP does have to go to him. He did very well. He makes me very scared not being an owner because he is quite cheap. Probably won't be cheap for long. The route that I'm kind of looking with my trades, I probably won't get him in until maybe later on in the season. But with Tom.
Well,
what do we know of Tom?
Yeah,
spell it out for the people in the room.
Let's not even say it. We all know. He could be a bit of the Ponga of last year, where he just goes so good.
Yeah,
and you just know his injury history that you almost don't get on till it's too late.
I feel like. Sorry, you go. I interrupted. Or no?
That could have been a full stop.
Oh, okay.
That almost could have been a full stop.
I think for this season, I'm not gonna let little news get to me, like injury news.
Yeah, you can't listen to everything.
I think I'm gonna trust a bit more of my gut this season.
Holy, he's gone out.
And if I hear like, I can't be thinking like, oh well, I'm scared. I don't want to get this player because I'm worried about injury. I don't want to get this player because I'm scared he's like not gonna do it. Like if he's a gun, he's a gun.
Yeah,
he's gonna deliver.
But that's the whole game, dude. Everyone's trying to think of that point of difference and the 1% that no one else is thinking about. Yeah. And that's just what gets those squirrels in your head is you're trying to get on that gold mine before someone else does, or trying to get off before the ship sinks, and you just gotta kind of weather the ride sometimes and understand that some players, they might look rocky throughout some periods of the season, but by the end of the season, over a whole, that's where you might have to look at it, where their average is okay, their scoring is okay, then don't be too nervous. Mm-hmm. And he might be one of those guys that he's just going to score well.
Luke Brooks' debut for Manly, starting in the 5'8" position with Daly Cherry Evans. How did you think he went?
He looked involved. He looked rejuvenated.
Yep.
His forward pack was obviously better than the Tigers. The assets he had on the wing were better than the Tigers.
Yeah.
And he was clearly soaking it up in the sun. Yeah. He was enjoying Vegas.
No, he definitely looked very involved, and it from an eye test point of view, like my eyes aren't perfect for rugby league. I don't always recognize where the points are, but just from like a footy perspective, he just looked like he had his eyes up. He was kind of looking for space, looking for attacking stats. Like he almost scored a try.
He did score one.
Did he?
Yep.
I thought that went...
No. Brooks.
Or was there another one?
Yeah, he almost scored one, and he scored one.
Yeah, okay.
So he had his arm out like that and just lost his lollies right before the line. So But he only scored 59.
Which
with
is
a try
weird. Like, I thought he
and a
had
line
more
break.
in him. Same with Turbo, though. Turbo also scored quite low, surprisingly, and he probably
80.
should have...
Didn't he have 80?
Yeah, but like he could have scored more if
Yeah.
he got that try.
Well, he had that one where he dropped it just before the line, and the other one where it kind of there was a bit of a fumble going on.
He kind of lost possession.
But you think about it, like those are two opportunities where one of them goes through, he cracks a ton.
Another player who was very much on my radar was, I'm going to butcher this name.
Yeah, say it. Butcher.
Hamali Olakawatu.
Yeah, that's close.
How'd we do? Good?
Yeah, that's all right.
That's all right. You'll accept that?
Yeah, I think it's Hamole.
Hamali Olakawatu.
He's a beast.
I had him last season for towards the end.
He's a unit.
He kind of burnt me, but fuck.
He's a unit.
Watching him just run, like carry 3 players on his back and then score a try. Fuck, that was sexy.
Yeah.
Made me fucking erect.
Which is crazy because he is a bit homophobic. So.
Oh, is he?
No, I wouldn't say homophobic, but he's one of them Christian boys who.
Oh, I see.
They're all a bit.
So he's like a. Who was the fullback for the Wallabies?
Israel Folau.
Who? Huh?
Israel Folau.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, Israel
Sorry,
Folau.
third time lucky.
Sorry.
God damn it!
So,
I was just like.
Yeah, a bit like Israel Folau when he's dissing out.
Yeah, because that whole we don't have to get into it, but the whole Pride round they didn't know if they wanted to wear the jerseys, the Pride jerseys, because Jesus says that.
Wait, no. Israel Folau, he plays for the Union though.
Yeah, well, he used to play NRL.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Hamole.
Yeah.
But
anyway, we're getting away from the point. This is supposed to be about SuperCoach,
and we don't want to get on his bad side because we don't want him to drag us. Because I mean, think about it. One arm, he could just fucking autocorrect us.
But we should politically correct him.
Oh,
did you like that?
Say it to him. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
That's pretty good.
All right. Anything else from Vegas you want to know?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of some big. I was disappointed when
Saab was sexy and then he went down.
Saab, that was actually true.
He was hot.
He was looking good. What about from?
Imagine that little run, being Lockie Ilias in that situation where you have Saab, this Ferrari that's been deployed from the garage, and you're this little Honda running up next to him with your little dumpy legs running along, and he manages to get the ankle tap. Yeah. Oh man, he would have been happy with himself because holy shit, I don't know if many people could.
No, he looked good.
To catch him in that situation, because when Saab is in stride, like, whew, he goes.
Bye, see you later.
Yeah.
Come back again.
Yeah.
Another player to mention from the Roosters side, Tyrell May. Scoring 64.
If you're an owner, you'll take it.
Are you an owner?
No.
What happened?
I just don't know. I don't buy it.
You don't trust it? You just don't trust that what's happening with the Roosters at the moment?
No, not that. Obviously, there's a lot of guys to fill in a small amount of spots, but respect to him. He played well at the end of last season. I feel like Warrior Hargreaves is coming back next week, so he might chew into his minutes. So, I need to see more from him, but 68, like, if you're an owner, you'd be like, oh, I'll take that. Put that in the bank. Yeah. He's going to make some money now.
I am jumping around the players a bit. Yeah. It's not as structured as I would like, but to go back to Manly, Ruben Garrick playing in the centres, kicking field goals like nobody's business. I don't know about you, Dylan, but to me, it looks like Ruben Garrick over the holidays is just absolutely mastered his kicking game. Like, I actually never kind of saw like a kick that kind of was looking like
from Ruben.
Yeah, they look dead on every time.
He's probably one of the top 4 kickers in the league.
You reckon?
Yeah, even last season he strikes them at a very good clip.
I just remember last season not being overly impressed.
Were you an owner?
Yeah, but he plays for the centres. We all know that Ruben Garrick doesn't score well in the centres, but fuck, he did well, 99 points.
But that's when he was a winger. Like, when he was out and out, he was a winger, and then when you get a winger who jumps in a couple games at centres, they're not going to perform as well, and then you look at them and go, he's a wash, he's not a centre.
He's not it.
He's had a preseason as a centre, and now he's a centre, so it's a different kettle of fish from him.
So could you make an argument for it then?
You could, but the price is crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Like, there's a reason he's that price, because he brained it that last, 6 weeks. He had a great season last year in general. So there's a reason that he's at that price. But at the start of the season, I don't know if you can go there.
Yeah.
You just can't find the budget for someone
I'm maybe a bit more skeptical. I kind of don't think he maybe can push out those points maybe all year round. I think another player that kind of also fits that mold is Joey Manu. who also did very well.
Also did well. He's also a streaky guy where like sometimes he looks like
he looks hot as shit.
The Terminator and cannot be touched. And then other times he's just happy to just run around and do some cardio. Where he looks like he's on the treadmill. Yeah, he just doesn't get involved, which is the number one killer being a Joey Manu owner because he's my like little dirty secret every year.
Oh,
where I always grab him. I think I almost had him twice last year.
Oh.
But you just, when he's on...
You went back and came back again.
Yeah, like a toxic ex-girlfriend, Joey Manu. But when he's on, he's just spectacular, right?
Yeah,
definitely. Like, even though that flick pass was a mile forward, and I'm just saying that as a Broncos fan, but it was like it was a nice play.
It was a nice play.
It was a nice play.
All right, well said. It seems like he kind of conceded a bit towards the end there. Teddy as well. Any thoughts on Teddy?
Yeah, he's Mr. Forgettable. No one really talks about Teddy anymore. No one talks about Teddy.
He's very much on the pod play. Maybe he's probably out of all those fullbacks we kind of talked about. Big names would be Turbo, Latrell,
Tedesco.
Teddy's probably around that kind of bottom area, but if he continues to play the way he was playing, like he looked very much involved.
Yeah, well, the Roosters, we beat the hell out of this drama, especially I did. The Roosters sucked last year. The Roosters sucked. Teddy didn't suck. When Teddy's making a half break and there's no one running off him, what can he do?
Yeah.
The Roosters were horrible. And he is like that forgotten guy because people love Gutherson for the fact that Gutherson's always doing something, always active. Well, I feel like Teddy's that on steroids. Teddy is always active. He's always got that little Lebanese Katukas somewhere out there. And he's out there running his little backside off and making half breaks, making breaks, finding people. I
definitely felt like he was more active during that game than maybe compared to last season. I don't know if he kind of just like...
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
it was
cooked it or something.
It was a bit like a... looked like a whole new Roosters team to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, that was a team we didn't see last year, which... my manager at work is a Roosters fan.
Oh.
The whole lead up to the week...
He just can't shut up about it.
No, he's not a very talkative guy, but the whole lead up to the week, he was like, yeah, Broncos got it. Yeah, don't see the Roosters winning. Can't see him winning. And then he was like kind of talking him up a little bit today, being like, yeah, the forward pack just bloody dominated the Broncos. And I was like, oh, well, did you see it coming? And he was like, nah, not at all. Not at all. So which is to say that the Roosters last year, that just wasn't them. You know? So maybe rejuvenated team. Teddy's like, all right, let's get some respect back. Put some respect on my name.
Well said.
Thanks, buddy.
Well said.
Yep.
So now we'll cut across to Team List Tuesday. Looking forward to the next week now. This week.
Yeah, the big one. This is
the big one. This is when we really start. This is when things really cook up. So we're really excited. Hopefully we can forget about Brendan Piakura's HAA and kind of look to bigger and better things.
And leaving Ben Trebojevic on the bench.
We all make mistakes, Dylan. We all make mistakes. We just got to look forward, mate.
It's all about how you bounce back.
Yes.
All right. Any notable games? So first game, we got the Knights and the Raiders. Luke, tell me something notable from it.
So, co-captain Jaden Brayley is laid up with a hamstring issue, so Phoenix Crossland starts at hooker. I always looked at Phoenix Crossland during the preseason. I very much like the look of him. Very tempted.
He does look a bit like you.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment. He's a good-looking guy.
I don't know if he's... I know that's not what I'm saying, but like, little blonde hair, kind of a rectangular-shaped face.
Yep.
That's kind of your build.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Yeah.
Come again.
Striking.
No, anyway, to other news. Dylan Lucas starts in the back row with new recruit Kai Pearce-Paul named on the bench. What are your thoughts, Dylan? Because Kai Pearce-Paul was a guy that I had my eye on. He's a bit of a cheapie. 2RF, I believe.
Second row. Yep.
I think he also maybe had front row forward duel. I'm not sure. You might need to check me on that.
Don't think so.
But I definitely had my eye on him. But it looks like he hasn't. Looks like it'll be more of a shared role between him and Dylan Lucas. Could you make an argument for either of these guys?
Dylan Lucas, good kid. He's a good player. He kind of like a rookie last year. But I think his price is just a bit too high. Like, especially with the thought of like KPP coming on and taking some minutes. So I don't think you can go with either of them. Like, this is the kind of the time of the year where, it's nice to have a younger guy starting, but it's like, who else? Like, where are the minutes spread? We just want to see, because no one's changing price straight away. Obviously, it's still like, you have a three weeks. On that third week, leading into the fourth week, after their third game, their price will change. So with people like that, you can look at them for 2 weeks, and then if they've played 2 weeks where you're like, minutes are right, the work rate's right, and it's like, boom, jump on. But just for now, I don't really like it.
Don't like it.
No.
No, me neither. Could potentially, just with those shared minute roles, I just don't like that idea. I kind of want someone with a bit of more of an 80-minute kind of role.
And we don't know who Kai Pearce-Paul is. Like, what if he is?
I've told you who Kai Pearce-Paul is. No, he's a big bloke though. I think he's from England.
Yeah, I know he's English, but do you know if he's coming on to share Dylan Lucas's minutes, or could he play in the middle?
I thought they're going to share those minutes. That's what I thought.
Yeah, well, we just don't know until we see it being played out, because I don't know why you would want to play like 2 second rowers. Surely, I don't know.
Onto the other side now, the Raiders. Big win for the cheapies this week.
Storm and Morgan Smithers.
Oh no, I wasn't going to go to Morgan Smithers. I wasn't going to talk. I was, but not yet. But hey, if you want to talk about him, what do you want? No, what do you want to say about Morgan Smithies?
Storm and Morgan.
What do you want to say?
Big Englishman. Big Englishman. Storm and Morgan.
Why are you doing an Irish accent then?
Or was that
Scottish?
Oh, mate.
I think that's a bit Scottish.
He loves haggis. Well, he's starting at lock, and the news is that when Corey Horsburgh, the crazy horse, when he comes back, he's going to be in the front row rotation. And that's Morgan Smithy's role.
These are all if, buts, and maybes. We don't know with We don't know with old Ricky Stewart.
Oh, old Sticky.
It's always a gamble with him.
Yeah, with Stick.
What do they call it? I think someone called it Ricky Roulette or something like that.
Ricky Roulette, yeah.
So it's always a bit of a gamble, but
where he just spins the gun around. He goes, Xavier Savage. No, he won't play this week.
So we can all fingers crossed.
Yep.
But we can hope.
He's
in my team at the moment. What I know about him, he's just a all-round high work rate player. He's just he's not going to cause you to. He's not going to create too many attacking stats, but he's just a big tackler. Like he's just going to dominate on that field in defense, and I think that's just where you're going to earn big base points.
Well, what I can say about him is he's English, and if Sticky loves one thing, he loves his fucking English.
He does like his Englishmen.
He loves them. Yeah, I think Whitehead is probably going to get like an Australian citizenship because of Ricky. Ricky's saying, let him in. Talk about who else you're going to talk about.
Ethan Strange. That was probably the bigger news for me.
Fair enough.
We were all a bit nervous about. We're talking about potentially KO Weeks taking the role, but it looks now that Ethan Strange has earned that role. So he's going to have a crack on the field, while Jordan Rapana is the fullback.
Yep. Because we said it last week about the trial where Ethan Strange was doing a lot and KO Weeks just wasn't fighting for his job. I don't know. Like, he just wasn't fighting for his job like he should have, because KO is a talented player, and that was his moment. Like, you think about those moments as a kid where it's like, fuck, fighting for a starting, like, 5'8" role. Like, this is where it's at. But he just, I don't know, didn't stand up. But he probably will get a chance for an opportunity because he was the other cheapie.
Yep.
But the fact that Ethan Strange, you can play him in your centers, like, go bang.
Go bang.
Yep.
Go bang.
As Pinal would say.
Another player who I've kind of recently had my eyes on, Danny Levy is the hooker.
Danny Levi? Danny
Levi. Sorry. Danny Levi is the hooker with Tom Starling on the bench, which means no room for Zach Wolford. Danny Levi, I've been looking at him recently because he's very cheap, and that hooker role is just absolutely abysmal right now. We'll get more into that later about Lussick and Hands. But yeah, it's just a bit of a shit show. Not great.
Oof, say it how it is. Look, yeah, I don't like Levi either, because I think Starling is the preferred hooker there, because they just don't like to start him. Like, they prefer to play him in that, like, stint coming off the bench when the forwards get tired.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, maybe look into what his minutes were last season, but he still plays like a decent chunk of the minutes.
All I'm asking for is what I'm running with at the moment is probably an Appy Coruscant and then like a cheaper hooker.
Appy Coruscant, you can't just say that name like it's a normal play.
I think that's a normal play for a hooker. He's probably one of the best hookers in the game.
Yeah, but not Supercoach wise.
I don't know.
We'll
see.
Out.
We'll
see.
We might have to cut to a quick break, but we'll continue on in a moment with more team list news, and then we're going to get into some other big players and some captaincies. So stay tuned, folks.
Stick around.
Yeah. All right, and we're back. And the next game of the week, Friday at 5 p.m, Warriors vs Sharks.
Yep, should be a big one. Should be a hot one.
The player who I have my eye on who got the spot, actually, which I was which was we weren't really surprised. We kind of saw
We
this
kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah. Tane Tuapiki.
Yup.
What are your thoughts, Dylan? I think you've kind of changed your song a bit.
I never said anything negative about him.
Yeah, but you were still unsure though when I brought him up last week.
The only thing I was unsure about is his spot is limited. It's not like he is the starting fullback for the team. He is the second string who's getting a shot because Chance is out. So, look, if he can punch a couple of good scores early, then his price will rise quickly. But I just had a spot to fill, essentially. Just had a spot to fill, so I slotted him in.
I don't think it's a bad call. Fullback, they say you don't want cheapies for fullback, but I still think...
That's why I have him in centre wing.
Okay, yeah, valid.
Yeah.
But I still think... Who's your other fullback then?
Paps and Ponga.
Okay.
Double
yeah.
P.
But
Big
still,
P patrol.
I don't know. I still think Tane... I'm still going to play Tane because I think he's going to do well.
Yeah, I'm playing him too.
Yeah. Well, now I'm worried, though, because you got an extra fullback compared to me. But we'll leave that aside. Anyway, another big player that we talked a bit about last week, RTS.
Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
Yes.
Which, I don't know, he could have played fullback, but I guess it's not his role for this team.
Yeah.
Roger, people are liking him because he did some nice things in the trial, and obviously we know the pedigree of Roger. Mm-hmm. He is a legend of the game. But I'd like to see a little bit of something before I would jump on that horse, you know? He has been out for... probably been about 2 years now. So, NRL is obviously a much more difficult game than where he went to the rugby union. So, I like to see a bit of something before I put my money where his mouth is. Also, Nico Hines, he was dealing with some calf injuries, and he is named, which is big news because I was begrudgingly on Cleary, and I changed over instantly because Nico is my man.
So you're not running with a Nico Cleary.
It's too much money.
Ooh.
It's too much money.
You know your dad's doing that though.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things my dad does that he probably shouldn't, like wear a condom.
Don't.
Or not wear a condom, sorry.
Okay. Anyway,
anyway.
Let's get away from that. Newly resigned prop Braden Hamlin-Uwe is at least another week away with a knee injury. So Oregon Kafusi and Royce Hunt start up front with Toby Rudolph on the bench. I was looking at Royce Hunt.
Yep.
Thoughts?
For Hamlin... Who?
Hamlin Uele.
Uele? Well, I think that's probably more than whatever you said.
I think I pronounced it... I thought I pronounced it quite well.
To Hamlin...
Royce Hunt, what are your thoughts?
How long is Hamlin out for?
Doesn't another week it says.
Another week. Oh,
yeah,
that's not
that's
long.
that's also vague.
It's also vague. Yeah, it could be more than that. But there's a lot of cheapies in the front row. Royce, who knows how long the minutes are, and isn't there like four? There's four front rowers on the bench. Like, mate, minutes could go anywhere there. Royce could play 10 minutes as a starting stint, and then Dale Finucane could come on. Toby Rudolph could come on. Like those two guys are starting front rowers. So
yeah, a lot of forwards in the pan kind of thing. Maybe too many forwards in the kitchen. Not really liking it.
Not really liking it. What about anything else you like in there?
No,
not really.
I think on to next game. Storm v Panthers, 7:05 p.m.
Spicy one.
It should be good. Who are you tipping? Because what was the fact that you told me the other day? Storm never lost a...
Bellamy's won 22 first rounds in a row, which is hard to go against him.
Okay.
Money was a bit on the
Money's
sketchy
still going
side.
for the Panthers, though. Yeah.
No,
Thoughts?
Money is in Money Munster. He was a bit sketchy. He slipped in the bath, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
He needed a groin.
But he's good.
Yeah, he's good. But
Thanks, play.
I don't know. This could probably go one way. Probably the Panthers.
Well, it has to go one way.
Yeah.
Like one team does have to win.
I don't know. They could go into Golden Point and destroy it.
Okay.
I think probably the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
Big churn.
Not a big churn. I just don't like him, innit?
Joey Chan has earned a starting role in Melbourne's competitive back row with Trent Liero moving to lock, and new recruit Sean Bloor listed as the 18th man. This is also coming from, I think, what happened to
Kane?
Kane Bradley? Is he just completely out of the side now?
No, he's in the reserves as well. But yeah, didn't really get a spot because they like McDonald and Chris Lewis and obviously Christian Welsh and Tyron Wishart. Oh, they're all like big utility guys. That's an interesting run because not a lot of them are like bench middle rotations except for Welsh, obviously. But the other guys, a bit of utility play, maybe like that Kobe Hetherington, like that little quick sort of forward sort of guy.
Thoughts on Joey Chan? Are you going to play him or is he just chilling on your bench for now?
I haven't heard anything about him. It was kind of Kane Bradley and Sean Bloor were fighting over it. And then Joe Chan, out of nowhere, off the back rope, Joe Chan, watch out, just jumped out of nowhere. And I just slotted him straight in because he's starting. And the Melbourne Storm, a good team. So they got to know something about him that we don't. But I don't think I'll play him, especially against the Panthers. They really love the defense over there in Penrith. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks, Daddy. I want to play good defense. Yeah, son, you're amazing. Yeah, we get it. All right, we get it.
Well, then going off to your favourite Panthers, Taylor May gets the first crack at filling the centre royal void created by Stephen Crichton's departure. Should be an interesting play. He's in my team at the moment. I just think getting any piece of the pie from that Penrith attack is a good place of real estate, really.
Yeah, and you got to love Penrith centres because they're ball hogs. So I got them both.
True. Oh, so you got Tyrone Peachy as well?
Nah. Isaac Tungo.
Oh, I didn't know this. When did this happen?
I've had him since our
Day one?
team reveal last week.
Oh.
Buddy, you just don't listen to me.
I glossed over it.
Yeah.
All right, on to next game. Saturday, Eels at 4:30 p.m. versus the Big Bulldogs. I would like to say my spiritual team at heart.
I was about to say your spiritual home is apparently the Bulldogs.
Dude, we're in sync today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
First we're finishing each other's...
So the Bulldogs...
You piece of shit. You piece of shit. Anyway, big news of the Eels. We were looking at... This was probably the ideal place for hooker because Big Brad...
Yeah, it was the home of the hooker, apparently. But
looking for that 80-minute hooker. Now he's told us, no, we're going to give you 2 instead and split the minutes 40 minutes, both either way.
Alright, buddy. He got too hungry on the hookers, didn't he?
So far, yeah, for the people who we were kind of looking towards, Brendan Hands or Lussick, I was basically like... basically like whoever's going to get that starting role is going to go straight in my team.
Yeah.
But now I've heard a bit of a split, so now I got to look other ways.
But it's not like they were really, must-haves firing for them. Neither of them was so hot where it was almost too good to be true that there was going to be an 80-minute hooker coming out.
Yeah.
When the both of them are kind of like trying to... Obviously, Joey Lussick's played a lot more NRL games than Hands, but they're both kind of trying to establish themselves in first grade. And they'd both kind of come off seasons where they played like 40, 50 minutes and still not really averaged bonkers scores. So, didn't really want either of them. But I guess a bit of time will tell if one of them pokes their head above the other.
Yeah,
and one of them
get more minutes than the other.
Maybe shows up good for a couple of weeks and gets an 80-minute role, but by that time, have they made a little bit of money and then they got a little bit more to make? It's going to be a bit awkward. So I'll just steer clear of either of them, to be honest.
Yeah, fair. I agree. Onto my baby blue Bulldogs. We got a lot of players here.
A lot of moving parts.
What's that?
A lot of moving parts.
Really?
Yeah.
I would just say, a lot of players who I got my eye on. There's the Jamin Salmon, Josh Curran. You got your Sam Hughes, who's supposed to get a lot of minutes. Drew Hutchinson. All, it's supposed to be... A lot of people are going towards the Bulldogs for good reason. They're supposed to look good this season, but...
Yeah, but there's a lot of other Bulldogs that are kind of waiting in the wings. Drew Hutchison, great player. But they got Toby Sexton.
Yeah.
So he could also jump in on that spot. Obviously, it's pretty cool that Salmon's got a starting role. He was kind of playing that sort of, utility role at the Panthers.
Yep.
And he'd play it for... a little chunk of minutes, but I don't know. Who knows what he could get here? It could be interesting because he's got a bit of ball playing a bit about him. He's a bit more of a slight body, so he's not like a traditional lock.
Yeah,
but he's more of that new age, can play with the balls and things like that.
Out of the Bulldogs team, who do you have in your team at the moment?
I do have Sam Hughes and I've got Drew Hutchison, obviously, because Drew Hutchison, another halfback, you can play in the centres. We love that.
Salmon looking...
Yeah, he's interesting. But
not really piquing your attention?
He's just a bit of a weak-gutted dog, isn't he?
Jesus. Okay.
No, that's what Ricky said about it.
Bit hurtful.
No, do you know?
No.
You don't know that beef?
No.
Ricky said it because apparently there was like something that happened at the end of one of the Raiders games, and he did a bit of a grubby move, and then Ricky came out in the press conference and said he's a weak-gutted dog, and he said he used to play rugby against my son back in the day, and he was a weak-gutted dog then too. So that was a bit of a spicy barb from Sticky, and he got in a bit of trouble for that.
I'm not surprised.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm running a couple of these Bulldogs players at the moment. Not really sure.
Let's just move on from your dogs.
Oh, okay, sorry. Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Titans v Dragons, 6:35 p.m. Players that you got your eyes on.
Khalees Haas has got the starting role. That was David Fafita's until he got injured. Khalees Haas, he can play. He's got a bit of game. If you're looking at someone, I think he would probably be a bit more low ownership, so not really like on everyone's radar. Ko Kinney, who is in for Jaden Campbell, who I don't know Jaden Campbell's out for very long, but like I think he's a cheaper guy.
Yep.
He's got a bit of skill. I'm not doing it personally, but if you're trying to look for something.
I was looking at, what was it, Palacia, but I don't know about it. Not sure. Not feeling too confident. Obviously not feeling good on
Viliami
Fafita for the Dragons either. There's just a lot of other players. Who's going to take his role soon? Lalua?
Oh, Leilua, yeah.
Yeah.
He could. Luciano. They've also got some other guys like Couchman could also potentially take his role. Like, he's a good player, but I don't know if anyone's talking about him.
I'm excited about this next game.
What is the next game? We could
next game, Dolphins v Cowboys at 3:05 p.m. on Sunday.
Should be a good one, actually.
Massive win.
The Hammer's back home.
Hammer is where he should be.
Yeah, back home.
In fullback position.
In fullback, yeah.
Are you tempted? He's obviously in team reveal last week. I said he's on my team. You were a bit skeptical.
Well,
what are you thinking now, mate?
600k is just a bit much.
Oh, mate.
It's just a bit much.
I don't think you can get away from it.
But the Hammer could just fire up and
it's
just go crazy.
It's so tasty. Jack Bostock also named on that team.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Playing on the wing. I've got him in my team.
Do you?
Apparently he's a big lad.
Big lad with a bigger heart?
Well, he showed a bit of heart last year when he got absolutely trucked by Ravalawa like 3 times in a row, and then didn't see the light of day again. But yeah, good player. Helium Lukey got a starting role.
Oh, I'm very excited to see him.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm actually dreading it because he's not on my team.
You almost had him, didn't you?
I was tossing up last week between either Wong or Helium Lukey. I picked wrong with Wong. Hopefully he can make it up to me. But yeah, really, really not excited to watch Helium Lukey play. Hopefully he gets, heaven forbid, he gets an injury though.
Well, believe it or not, but his career has been plagued with injuries, and that's the reason that he hasn't been able to live up to his full potential as a man and as a footy player.
Wow, Jesus.
So you
tell
really
it how it is.
Stick that up your clacker, mate.
Another player who I was kind of looking to kind of fill a role in front row forwards. Who was it again?
Thomas McKaylee.
Yeah.
He was stinging in the second preseason challenge. The Cowboys looked shot. They looked dead in the water, and he came on and just started firing. He started firing, and he looked very, very good, but unfortunately, he is named in the reserves, so not a spot for him right now.
No bacon.
No cigar. So that's all our games of the week.
Everything, I think.
Mate.
Where do we go from here now, Dylan?
Well, do you
I got a couple things. We kind of did touch on it a bit. I was kind of going to more talk about kind of the hooker role position.
As a whole?
As a whole, yeah. It's just like what your plan is kind of thing.
Yep.
Obviously, I was hoping for Brendan Hands-Lussick to kind of
stand up and
win a spot. Might have to go to Daniel Levy now.
Danny Levi.
This is like Danny Levi. Yes.
I think we need over the season a compilation of you saying people's names wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be spectacular.
Maybe. Might sell.
It might sell. Tickets might sell. Okay, so what the thing is none of them really just strike me, right?
Yeah.
But you got to have someone.
You got to have someone to fill that role.
You got to have someone.
We glossed over it a bit.
Yep.
I've gone a bit with quite a major zag. I've decided to go with Appy Coruscant.
Strange. Strange.
Do you think I'm going to be really upset come round 2? And you're going to have to just pick me up off the floor and wipe away my tears for me? Or what's the go?
I don't know. You're kind of like a a volatile guy where it takes one bad game and you're like, this player is the worst player in human history. Like, you were probably thinking about flying to Vegas as soon as Piakura went down and rattling his cage.
Shaking him until get back on the field.
Yeah, mate, you're fine. Who cares about CTE? You're good. It's a bit of a strange one because I never thought. Well, historically,
I just can't afford Harry Grant though.
He's just not. Yeah, because you got bloody two big halfbacks, mate.
Hey, they're the best players in the game.
All right, okay. Well, that's your opinion. So he's never been SuperCoach relevant. His game.
Yep.
Like great number 9, great number 9, but just his game has just not jumped out. But hey, each to their own. If you need to make some discounts somewhere, he's not a bad pick.
We'll move on to front row forward. Yep. Liam Henry, I think we've both had our eyes on.
Yeah. We didn't talk about that.
I was kind of also looking to fill a role because I had Kai Pearce-Paul and Dylan Lucas obviously fighting for that.
Yeah.
Hughes at decent minutes, but I was kind of looking for something a bit more. But luckily with the price, by going down to Danny Levi, I've managed to make a bit of money. So now I can upgrade to an even bigger player than Ruben Cotter right now. Big ADF.
Adam Fanua
Blake. Oh, no, wait. AFB, sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I was like, who are you talking about? Yeah. Adam Fanua Blake.
Yeah. So now I feel good about that. That's a bit of a major pod play. So hopefully he doesn't get injured.
Adam Danua Flake. ADF. Release the beast. I was like, damn, Luke's bringing in this new player. Who's Adam Danua Flake?
Anyway,
ignore
me.
A bit of a try scorer.
Oh, I'm excited.
Historically.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Is there any big movements going on around your hooker front row forward position that you kind of want to talk about?
About my hooker front row position? Not really.
Not really? It's quite the staple.
Harry Grant, Brandon Smith.
Yep.
Well, obviously I didn't talk about Brandon Smith last week, but then I just put him in.
Oh, Brandon Smith, yeah. What? We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he plays 80 minutes. Oh no, he doesn't.
But
That's
there's
a lie, but
there's.
He's good. He's a good bloke.
He's a good bloke, and I'd love to have a drink with him sometime.
Oh,
but
mate.
I feel like all he's good for is having a drink with.
No, but
I feel like if he's had too many drinks off the field, he's not playing on the field.
No, but I feel like he'd almost play better.
But
he'd be a sort of guy, think about it, that would think that a bit hungover or a bit drunk, he'd play better. He'd be the sort of guy that would feed into that. Okay. Knowing him.
And
that's why he's the people's champion.
There is an old, you probably haven't heard of it, there's this old kung fu movie where kind of Jackie Chan got his start, and it's called Drunken Masters, and basically it's this whole fighting style around getting drunk and then fighting people. So like, they're all dazed kind of thing, so they can't really hit you. He kind of goes around him, like he moves with the water kind of thing. So is that kind of what you're hoping for from the Cheese? Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm hoping for. Okay. That's that like Sunday after the second game is the third match on Sunday at the pub when the Tigers have just lost for the 6th week in a row, and you got Drunken Master. But he's got a big work rate, and he's a big body for a number 9. He can break a tackle. He can break through the line. Roosters are looking like a rejuvenated squad. Brandon Smith got a bit of cheddar there for him.
Also going back to 2RF. Ben Turbo, get him in your team. Just don't outthink the room.
We just don't even have to talk about it anymore.
Just
move on.
Another player who we didn't talk about, Galvin.
Yeah, talk about him because
I don't know much about him. Plays at 5'8". He's very cheap. He's supposed to he looks good. Supposed to get a bit of minutes. You doing a bit of research for me there?
Well, I'm going to pull him up because I should have searched up earlier when you were talking about him.
Yeah, you should have. And there's also another young guy coming on for the Dolphins, I think.
Lachlan Galvin. So apparently he's got a spot.
There's a younger guy also coming on for the Dolphins if you want to talk about this 5'8" position.
Yeah.
I think his name is Plaff. Yeah, Max Plaff.
Uh-huh.
Also playing 5'8". Bit of a cheaper option as well if you kind of want a big guy and then a grower, not a shower. What?
You were just very happy with that joke then.
No, I wasn't.
I just wanted to let you sit in it for a second.
I was just...
And a grower, not a shower.
That's the moneymaker. They grow it, they don't show it on the field, but they grow it.
What's he worth? Is it?
He's worth $278K.
Yes,
Galvin's worth $204K. Bottom dollar.
Yeah, decent shout. If Plath is getting a bit of a role, wouldn't mind seeing him play first because Who was in playing halfback last year or 5'8" last year for the Dolphins?
Milford?
No.
Wasn't it Milford?
No, Katoa?
Yeah. Or it could be another Katoa.
Could be another Katoa.
Yeah.
Where he was like
the
cheapy guy there and then just made no money.
All right.
Literally nothing.
CTWs now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to lift off a bunch of players and I want you to tell me who is the best. Who are you most excited to watch?
Yeah, go.
Tuapiki, Bostock, Hutchinson, Salmon, Talau, Gagai.
I
don't think Talau's playing.
Tommy Talau. Is that who you got? Tommy Talau.
I think it is. No, it can't be because Talau's isn't he a 2RF?
Because we've talked about Tuapiki. We've talked
put a line through Talau. I don't think Talau's playing.
Talk about Tuapiki. We've talked about
Bostock.
Bostock.
We talked about Hutchinson. We talked about Salmon. We didn't talk about Gagai.
So let's talk about
Gagai. Okay.
Scored a try.
Yeah, we actually didn't talk about him earlier. No. Yeah.
Second oldest debutant in Rabbitohs history.
Mate, they like their oldies. They're Cody Walkers. They're
oldie but a goldie.
Yeah.
He put a little bit of a move on, didn't he? It was a short...
Oh, well, no, it wasn't a move. It was just a great pass, great catch, great run.
Yeah, but it was a bit of a
jag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in a shorter field, he probably wasn't expected to go on his outside. So he kind of put that little fake as if, I'm going in, bro. I'm going in. No, I'm not. Psych.
What do you think of his job security? Because obviously that's a big concern. Do you think this try maybe saves him a bit, makes him feel a bit more confident?
Yeah, it would make him feel confident, like on debut scoring
Does
a
it
try.
make you feel more... Oh, well, you're not an owner, are you?
I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Okay.
Well, he was cheap, and I didn't want that guy from the Tigers, Fedley.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to wait a week to find out if he's actually playing. So I went off him. What I'll say is Tyrone Munro got game. So why ain't he playing? Where's Tyrone? Someone go find Tyrone, please. Because he was almost one of the first guys I put in my team.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year. Where's Tyrone?
Where is he? I think he's got an injury.
That's what I heard. The whispers are he's got an injury, but he might not.
So I think he's coming in round like 4 or 5.
But he's also...
3, I think.
SuperCoach doesn't list him as injured. Where is Tyrone? So I don't know if Gagai has won this spot over Tyrone or Tyrone's still finishing school. Because wasn't he doing
He's a fairy dust.
He's doing his QCSs at the end of last season?
Yeah.
How fucking gangster. Like, did we talk about it?
I think we did talk about it last year.
Playing NRL and scoring a couple tries and then coming back and be like, oh, hey guys,
I'm back.
What did you guys do on the weekend? Yeah, you saw me on TV.
Maybe we should go into a bit of captaincy talk.
Captaincy.
Yeah, let's do it. What is who's your captain, Dylan?
Probably Ponga. Like, Ponga might carve that little Raiders team up. Little Raiders might not have a lot to give.
I'm scared because, I don't know. Because obviously I got some big names on my team.
Oh, okay,
Nico,
buddy.
Ponga,
okay.
Cleary.
Name them all.
Does it scare you? Is that why?
No.
But no,
I think yourself.
Who's got the first game? You can do a little. You can do a little sweet VC loop. For the first week back.
No, you can't. Who do you have in your team that's not playing?
Appy Coruscant.
Oh, Slappy Coruscant.
He could be my saving grace.
Yeah, he could. I can't do that because all my players are playing.
Round 1.
Round 1 loophole.
Round loophole?
Yeah, but
could be the pod play.
What's your auto emergency going to be like? Because that's people don't think about. If your auto emergency scores like 12 points, it doesn't really help the loop, does it?
Week 1 back, people got stuff to prove. Could be a big game.
Yeah, scroll through your team. Who do you got sitting on the bench? Oh, Liam Henry, yeah. Liam Henry's going to have a crazy bloody...
Yeah, you don't know that. You don't know shit.
So let's think about loophole people. Who else? Captaincy.
I got to go straight Ponga, right?
Would you go a Panther? Would you go a Panther versus the Storm? If you got any of those big guns in the Panthers or Storm, would you back Nathan Cleary? I wouldn't.
I'd go money, maybe.
Oof, you go money?
I might go money. Be a bit cheeky pod play. I don't know how many people have money.
Oh, probably not very high.
Monster. Monster.
He's got that little groin. That little groin he's tweaking out.
Who else is meanie?
I want to know how he really tweaked his groin.
Would you go Pappy?
Oh, I wouldn't be game enough.
You're too scared.
8% ownership for Munster.
You know who I might actually go with if I really wanted to go for a fucking crazy pod play?
Appy.
I was going to say Hammer time.
Oh, would you? Would you have the stones?
I wouldn't have the stones to do it. I'm going to go Ponga, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Or Nico.
I don't know. That'd be a crazy... Because I wanted, throughout this season, Luke...
You want drama?
No, not drama. I want us to do a couple games where we pit ourselves against each other. because I made the.
I thought we were always pitting ourselves. Can't we just add a rivalry?
No, but I made the claim. No, let's make them solid in stone. I made the claim last week about 3 or 4 teams that are going to be in the top 8. Queensland teams in the top 8. And you kind of stung it down. So I want to have these things that run out over the season where we pit against each other.
Well,
because
why don't we just add a rivalry then, and we can track how many games we beat each other at, and then at the end of the season you can kind of see who's the better.
Yeah, but that's a solid in stone. But these are other things that work around in the game.
Yeah, I'm just saying like that can be the can be the foundation that lays it, and then we can maybe do some cheeky bets on the side.
Because you're a Dolphins guy, right?
Okay, who are you? Who's on your CTW? Let's do a little cheeky bet then. Who's on your CT dub?
Well, I don't know where you're going with this, but
just bear with me.
Tungo, May, Hutchison, Tuapiki.
How do you feel about Tungo?
Pretty good.
Do you think he's going to score more than Hammer?
I do. He loves the Storm.
Okay.
He loves the Storm.
Okay.
I
think Hammer is going to score more than Tungo.
All right, well, we'll chalk things up through the season. Because another one I was going to think about from last week.
Are we going to shake on it then?
Yeah, shake on it.
Shake my sweaty little hand.
Yeah, mine's just as wet. Yeah, you like that, don't you?
No, I don't.
Because I was also going to say that I think, because you were a big Dolphins guy.
Yeah.
And you said the Titans no hope for the top 8. I think the Titans finish higher than the Dolphins.
Titans finish higher than the Dolphins.
In the ladder.
I feel like Dolphins are going to have a good season.
Yeah, well, do you think the Titans... I finished...
What's the Titans' draw look like? I don't think it looks too great. Hey,
buddy, this is not about statistics. This is about gut.
No, we already did one bet for the episode. We'll save it for next week, mate.
All right, we'll look into it.
Yeah.
Because you also had a go at the Cowboys, and I would like to say to you, I think the Cowboys would go better than the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are the worst.
Cowboys just look very weak.
The worst Queensland...
A weak gutted dog, if you will.
The worst Queensland team in the ladder this year, Dolphins.
Worst team in the ladder, Broncos.
No, you're just getting stupid.
No, I'm getting serious.
You reckon the Broncos get the wooden spoon?
No, not wooden spoon.
Worst Queensland team?
They're going to probably be mid-ladder.
Now you're getting psycho.
No, I'm not.
It was one week.
I actually think I'm thinking clearly. Based on that game in Vegas, I'm fucking so disappointed in them.
Hey, it's week 1. Hey, that's what I'm going to tell people. Don't feed into week 1. It's week 1. It's week 1.
Week 1 last year, we versed Penrith and we smashed them.
And then we lost them in the final.
Year? Yeah, exactly.
So week 1,
so we're just going to lose either way.
No, buddy. Relax. We're fine. Everything's going to be okay.
I think that's enough for this week. Did we actually tell people who to captain?
No, we don't. We're not telling people what to do. We're giving them options.
I'm giving you Ponga. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment down below who your captain is this week. Who's your specialty player? Who are you looking forward to watching? And we will see you on the field, folks. Enjoy.